Hello, hi guys. Welcome back to the next session of SAP Workflows. Thank you for choosing the tutorials. So guys, in our last session, we have discussed about what is a task. Okay, so what is a task? So task can be defined as an activity that can be executed within a workflow. Okay, so we have seen how can we execute our task. Okay, the task can be executed in two ways. One is background task. Okay, and another is in foreground. Okay, what is background task and foreground task, guys? Okay, what is this? So whenever a task will be executed automatically, it is a background task. But when there is a user need, whenever a user executes, user do some actions, so that is my foreground task. So guys, in our today's session, let's discuss about what are the types of tasks. Okay, what are the some of the types of the tasks? Types of tasks. Okay, so we have basically two types of task. We have two types of tasks. So what are these two types of tasks? One is single step task and another one is multi multi step task. Multi step task. So we are having two types of task. One is single step task, another is multi step task or multiple step task. Let's say this. Okay. L, okay, sorry, MU L we are having. Okay. So task is nothing but an activity which can be executed in the workflow, destination, or we can say independently. As we have already discussed, there are two types of execution of task. One is foreground task and another is foreground task. There are foreground task that doesn't need any user intervention or one task which needs the user intervention. Okay. So basically agent has to take an action on the foreground task. This one we have seen this one foreground task. On this foreground task a agent has needs to be take some action. Okay, or okay, so or one task needs user intervention. So this one foreground task needs some user action. Now okay, is this clear, guys? Now let's discuss about these types of tasks. So we are having these two tasks. One is single task and another is single step task and another is multi-step task. Or we have seen we can say it as a multiple task. Multi-step task. Okay, so a single task can be a part of a workflow destination as a step of that type activity of the type of activity. So this is basically nothing but a task. For example, updating data in the database into the database table using a function module, calling a method, calling a bio method, or maybe sending a mail. So these are small individual tasks. So what are these? These are visual, visual tasks like updating, updating database table. Okay, so updating database table. So these are small individual tasks which are mainly used to do a individual task which are mainly used to do a single activity. Through this, we can do only single activity. They cannot do multiple set of operation. In order, they cannot do it. Okay, they are mainly designed to do only single step. Is this clear, guys? A task which is used to do single activity. Okay, or we can also say it as a task. We have already written this. A task which is mainly used to okay, which is mainly used to do the single activity. Then we are having the multi-step task. Multi-step tasks in workflow. So multi-step tasks are nothing but when you create a workflow directly in a workflow builder, a multitask is created by a system. So whenever we will create a workflow, a multitask is automatically created by the system. Okay. Okay, guys, and we can say multi-step task. So it's a task which triggers multi-step operation. Is this clear, guys? What are these types of tasks? One is single step task and another is multi-step task. Now coming to the main types of tasks which are available. What are all the tasks which have which are there in the SAP workflow? Mainly, or we can say main type of tasks which are available in SAP workflow. Available in SAP workflow. First is standard task. Okay, task which we have with SAP workflows. So in terms of workflows, okay, so we can say in terms of workflow already we have written it. Okay, so first one is standard task. What is a standard task? So a standard task is a single step task. Okay, so it's a single step task. Single step task, it can only execute one step. Okay, so what is a standard task which can only execute a single step? It cannot execute multi set of operations. So if you want to execute two methods together, we cannot do it through this standard task. You can only enter one method name in the task activity. Okay, and so this is a single state. You can only we can only do one operation at a task at a time. Okay. Okay, is this clear, guys? Single step task, and this is a cross client. So what is this cross client means? Whether we are using 100 client or 200 clients, whatever be the client or whatever be the system, even it will remain the same name of the particular task. So it will not change the name of the task. Then it is not having any validity period. Okay, there guys. So this is a cross client. And last is this is not having a validity period. So it is unrestricted. So what is this validity period means? Okay, what does this means? Uh, this validity period. Okay, so we are having a standard task. Now, how do we identify whether it's a standard task type or not? Okay, so if you see a prefix to the workflow, okay, to the task workflow task, if you will see, we will see a prefix called starting with WS. That is the identification of the standard task. Okay, I will say here prefix will be from WS. Okay, so so what is this? Is identification of the standard task. Okay. Sorry guys, not WS, it's TS. Sorry guys. Okay. Standard task. So TS is the prefix. TS stands for standard task. Okay. I will show you guys. Wait a minute. Let me log into a system once quickly. Closed automatically. Okay, let me go to a DD screen and I will show you the standard task. Where is the standard task exists? Okay. What is this? This is my user decision task and I will go to the control tab and you can see what is this TS. So what is this guys? So we can identify it using the prefix and the prefix is our TS. Okay. So what is our prefix is TS. So what is this task is? We can say this is my standard task. Okay. Is this clear guys? I hope this one is clear to everyone. What is this standard task where we can see the standard task? Now, second guys. I have also written here something known as validity period. So what is this validity period means? Moment guys. Yeah, what is this validity period? So validity period we can define like whenever we create a customer task. Okay. there we have a validity period for that task. And if the task does not have lie between the validity period, when you execute that task, it will not be executed. Basically, we can say validity range as a date range, which defines whether the task is valid or not. So what is this validity period, guys? We can say it will define whether the task is valid or not. What happens is sometimes in workflow, like after moving the workflow to the production system, guys, okay, for example, we want something like for some specific time period. At the time, that validity period comes into the picture. So our this is standard task where we can maintain the validity period. Okay. I hope this one is clear to everyone, guys. Okay. Now let's come to the second type of this task. Okay. So what is this? Customer task. Customer task. Okay. We'll make it highlight. Okay. What is this thing? Again, this is a single step task. But this is a client dependent. We are also having the client dependent, and we are also having the validity period. Okay, so this is a single uh, step task. Okay, and this is client dependent, and this has a validity period. Okay, but this concept, guys, this is now second, this is now obsoleted, obsoleted, and I will make it as a into particular. Okay, so these customer tasks are obsoleted right now. So whatever task which we create in SAP system, all are of this type, because this has created a lot of problems. Okay, like we are discussing. So if you like transport the workflow to another system or another client, you migrate the workflow. Okay, if the task ID changes and if there was a linkage, this task to be executed independently, so that link gets disrupted. Okay, so suppose if we have created an event and that event was individually executing this task, since we have not changed you have not changed anything in your client. So due to the client dependent, this will create a lot of like confusion, lot of like disruptions in the system, due to which SAP has obsoleted this concept. Okay, so there is nothing like customer task now. Okay, identify, but still in the old system, if you will go, then you may get something known as you may something what is that? You will get something known as customer task. Okay, so these are the, sorry guys, this is I have written a single step type. Okay, which are available in SAP workflow. Types of single step task. Okay, I hope this one is clear, guys. Then coming to the multi-step task. Types of multi-step task. What are the multi-step tasks? So there are two types of multi-step tasks in workflow. One is workflow template itself. Okay, and one is called as workflow task. It's called workflow template. So this is again a single. One second, guys. Give me a moment, guys. Yeah, guys. So this sorry. So this workflow template. So this is a multi-step task. Okay, I will say only multi-step task, and this is client cross client. Okay, and this is also having a validity period. Now, how can we identify this? Or before this, how can we identify this customer task? Using T. And how can you identify this workflow template? You can identify it using WS. Okay, let me show you quickly in the system. Give me a moment, guys. Here. Okay, you can see, guys, what is this? This is a workflow template only. So what is this? This is a multi-step task. Okay, so whenever we have this particular scenario, this is my multi-step task, and we will call it as a workflow template. Okay, I hope this one is clear. So you have a step number one. One second. Yeah. So this is what my workflow template. Okay. Now we are having one more type of task, which is workflow task. Second, guys. At the last, we are having this workflow task. Then, guys, we are having this multi-step task. Okay, this is also multi-step task, but this is a client dependent. Also, this is having a validity period. Validity period. And this will be identified using WT, and this will be WS. Again, guys, this workflow task is being obsoleted from the SAP system. Okay, you will never see this WT into our system. What we will see? Only WS and TS into our system. We have already seen where we can find out this standard task and where we can find out this workflow template. Okay, I hope this one is clear to everyone, guys. So that's all for this session, guys. Have a good day. Thank you for joining. Bye bye.